right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me. It is 9:03 Eastern Standard Time on May 18th on a Tuesday. It's time to rock and roll. Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a little logo there, our icon. Click on that. Turn on notifications. Subscribe to our channel. Like our videos. Really do appreciate it as always. Helps our channel grow. I know you guys really love our channel. More great things to come. Morning note here for you every day, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, let's go and talk about the market, shall we? Dow Jones futures up 17 points off its highs. NASDAQ futures faring better, up 0.42% at 13,359. Again, off their highs as well. The S&P basically slightly green. It's basically flat, 4160. The Russell is flat actually, 2226. Taking a look at crude oil futures down about a quarter point, 66.12. The dollar index is down 0.44%, below the 90 handle. Something to look at. Gold futures are pushing with the dollar going down, 1873 an ounce. Silver futures faring a little better, 1.81% at 2877. Euro dollar right now is up 67 pips, 122.21. And the dollar yen is down 30 pips at 108.93 as the dollar is continuing to fall. Taking a look at some crypto here. Bitcoin right now, we did break above 45,000 earlier this morning. We're at right now at 44,000. Ethereum 3424, flirting with that 3,500 level. We broke that before. Cardano up $2.03. Doge at 48 cents. Another one, Polygon, hit all-time highs overnight. We tweeted about that yesterday. I own some Polygon with our investment club. We're going to basically just own it short term. Obviously, let's see what we can get out of it. But I think it hit like $2.15. Pretty cool stuff. XRP pushing as well, $1.62 currently. They're actually up nearly 7% in the last 24 hours. Very green. Polygon and XRP and Cardano have been the ones kind of leading the way in this little bounce here. Could have been that Bitcoin has probably been sold off. Again, that 40,000 level, key level for me. That's what I'm watching. Ethereum 3,000 level for me. Let's see if we get that low. If we do, then I'll possibly buy some more. But as of right now, I'm pretty much standing pat. Really haven't done anything on the crypto front. Really just holding for the most part. So let's go ahead and rock and roll. Let's go ahead and switch this up here. Let's talk about what's moving pre-market. Let's see, we had some retailers report earnings today. The ones that reported earnings today was Macy's, Home Depot, and Walmart. Walmart, Home Depot, and Macy's all had great quarters. Macy's is up 1.5% pre-market. AT&T is down 6%. Obviously, word that they're going to cut the dividend. I talked about that yesterday on the aftermarket recap, that if their dividend is cut, it's really no reason to really own that name. They're really just a mess. 2 back-to-back M&As. Time Warner was a disaster. DirecTV was a disaster. They're in debt up to their eyeballs. Do they have good cash flow? Yeah, but the debt is a lot. There's no reason to want to own this name, in my opinion. I think Verizon's a better play if that's what you want to do. If you want to just go into telecom space, T-Mobile is probably better. But if you want the dividend, there's so many better names out there. I think Verizon's probably a better deal than AT&T currently. Again, that dividend cut really takes away the shine from wanting to own that name. So that's just my 2 cents on it. AMC has been moving. There was a big block of shares, I think about 14 million block of shares that just came in the market, and it's still green. So AMC is actually pushing. How about that? Walmart up 3.32%. I put a chart up on Twitter and Instagram regarding it. We'll take a look at that together. I have some of the 145 calls with our unusual options activity group and our premium masterclass. We hold that for this week's expiry. We bought it a couple of weeks ago. It's down, obviously. We'll see how it opens up with some premiums. If we can get to 145, we should be all right. Let's see if we can squeeze some profit out of it. But again, a great solid quarter from Walmart. Again, one of our top 10 of 2021. But they have been kind of slightly lagging, but this call was a good one. Let's see what more we get. Home Depot, again, I've been pounding the home improvement names. We just had the housing starts were weaker than expected. Building permits weaker than expected. Home Depot still had a great quarter. I think you hold Home Depot. I think you hold Lowe's. I think they're going to both be fine today. Microsoft's up about a quarter point, while Disney's basically flat. Chevron down 1.63% with crude being down. Even Apple's up about a quarter point. Let's take a look at the S&P. Tesla's down about 1.18%. We know the Michael Burry thing. We talked about it yesterday. He's holding puts on Tesla. No word on the strike. No word on when it's expiring. No word on exactly any details in regards to his put contracts. He did his SEC filing, but he doesn't need to disclose exactly the trade he did, just what he's doing in regards to. Remember, he's not shorting the stock, meaning he's not borrowing shares where a lot of people got burned, a lot of hedge funds. He's just buying options, puts against it. So take that as what you want. A lot of people are upset at Elon Musk due to the Bitcoin thing, controversy, or not liking Bitcoin anymore due to the environmental cost. A lot of people are selling their Tesla shares. I haven't done any of those things, whether it's sell Tesla or sell Bitcoin. So take that as what you want. Again, I'm still up about like 80-something% on Tesla. I'm willing to hold it. I'm cool with it. If you see yourself saying, hey, I'm not a fan of this company anymore, that's totally fine. I totally get it. If you don't like it, you should just sell it and move on with your life. If you like the long-term prospect of Tesla, then just keep it, and you should be okay. American Airlines up 0.43% as well. So take a look at the airlines. Maybe we get a little bit of a bid here as air traffic has been coming back best since the pandemic actually started. Baidu also reported earnings. They're up about 4% pre-market. Facebook up about 4.49%. Michael Burry is actually long Facebook and long Google, but he's short Tesla. So there you go. He does have some long plays there. All right, so that's where we are pre-market. Let's take a look at some charts. I already put the Walmart chart up today. Again, it's really that daily chart. You're not going to see it here because the daily does not show pre-market, only the 1 hour and shorter time frames. Right around 144.55 is my target. Right now we're at 143.30. Let's see if we can get to that gap fill. Once it taps that gap fill, I'll just be out of the trade because more than likely it'll reject there. So I'm going to place an alert right at 144.56. Once that hits, I'll just go ahead and just take my trade. Should be decent enough to take some profits. Technically, looks like we already filled the gap based on that wick. So again, let's see how we do in the open. Really wouldn't be surprised if it falls around 142.70 at the open. I'm starting to see some pressure here on the 200-day, on the NASDAQ, on the 50-day, on the E-mini futures. We could get it that flush in the morning where you just get a little mini sell-off. The VIX is above 20 now. So again, a lot of moving factors. Not really looking to do tons today. I still have some JPM calls, but other than that, pretty light for the most part. I already got 2 trades yesterday. Actually, I got a couple of my own too. But I got energy and I got and gold yesterday. So I like energy. I still like the banks. Let's see if tech can possibly bounce. But right now we're breaking below the 200-day. Let's see what we get. With that being said, let's go ahead and answer some questions here. Good morning. Sell Walmart 139 calls at the open or keep running the day. I say take your profits. Take your profits in the morning. Give yourself a minute or two. Take those profits and move on depending on your expiry. If it's a longer term expiry, fine. You can hold a little bit. But again, if it's shorter term, just take it and move on. What do you think about AT&T merger with Discovery? Well, it's not a merger. They basically just sold their assets. Big difference. Discovery, fine. If they get that, that's fine by me. I think AT&T wisely shed those assets. It just wasn't good enough for them. Verizon has done the same thing with the AOL merger with Yahoo. So these telecom companies are trying to gobble up assets and trying to get into entertainment or get into content media when their main business is telecom. And I understand they're trying to make a conglomerate, but it just hasn't worked. So right now it just makes T-Mobile look really good. I mean, what did T-Mobile merge with? Sprint, another telecom. They're doing it right. I think T-Mobile, it really just reinforces T-Mobile instead. I like Verizon too, but Verizon's, they've made mistakes as well. So I like the move for AT&T shedding these assets, getting some rid of their debt, but they still have a ton left on their balance sheet. A lot of mistakes have added debt to their balance sheet. I wouldn't want to be a shareholder. Good morning, Carlos. Your thoughts on CLF 21.5 June 4? Let's take a look at that. Taking a look at CLF right now at 2077. Let's see, June 4th. I would say I kind of see what you're seeing here, the 21.5 level. That seems about right. That should be resistance. That's actually not bad. But right here, your blue line is your 100-day. If it breaks below that, then you probably want to cut bait. MT35 calls. Let's see here. And MT. MT, I don't know about, but again, looks like it's filling this gap overnight. You have the 35 calls. It looks like it rejected that high. If it does take that 200-day out, or possibly the 50, maybe actually the 100-day, I would say 32.72. You need to cut bait on it. Dip buy on SE for investment. I haven't really looked up on SE at all for that company, but I remember it was a strong high flyer. If you like the company, I would say below 200 seems about right. What's your thought on the declining volume on NQ in the daily? Yeah, I'm seeing it. Well, keep in mind, all the action on futures tends to happen during 9:30 to 4, which is the US cash session. So again, declining volume in what regard? But looking at it here, yeah, I'm starting to see that pullback. Looks like a slight double top on the 1-hour chart. You could see it here on NQ right here. So we have a futures long trade, but we already moved our stop to break even, so we're just playing with profits. So that 200-day looking like it's holding. Let's see what we get. Expecting Dollar General to run up the sentiment of Walmart. I mean, it could, sure. I don't think Dollar General has the online presence the way Walmart is ramping them up. That's the really big difference. Again, Dollar General is great during a kind of like a recessionary period. Inflation concerns really hurts Dollar General and Dollar Tree. Just keep that in mind. When you have a recession, usually it's deflationary. Again, Dollar General does well and Dollar Tree does well. But in an inflationary environment, if you think inflation's coming, Dollar General is going to really get hurt. Again, because their costs are going to go up and their prices have to kind of stay within that range. I don't think they sell everything for $1, but you know what I mean. The best way to put Fibonacci retracement in a chart, why use them? Fibonacci retracement charts, guys, just like having a navigation in your car. Is it nice? Sure. But do you need it to get home? No. Is it cool to have? Yeah. I mean, they're good for retracement levels. It's a good way to put some support and resistance levels. Is it necessary? No. Again, there's people who like RSIs, they like CCIs, they like different MACDs. There's different things for everybody. You're just really choosing what you like and what you prefer. People are too short-sighted. Well, it depends on what perspective you're seeing. JD or Lowe's calls for tomorrow. I wouldn't do any of them. Playing earnings has been a tough one. Has been almost a losing game. Take it from me. I've had a couple of losses on holding for earnings. So again, I wouldn't do any of those, to be completely honest with you. Expecting NVIDIA to run calls. NVIDIA is an expensive one, so no. And that 200-day right now is resistance. If it breaks above 577, we can have a conversation. Possibly look at the 600 calls for a run-up. But until then, you don't touch it. Thoughts on FB 320s? Again, a lot of just sideways action in tech. Again, we talked about that. Sideways in Q2, Q3 will get a run up. But right now, 320 is resistance. Actually, 318 resistance. I would not touch Facebook here at all. It breaks above 318 or above 320. Then you can start taking a look at the 325 calls. But I wouldn't touch anything with 320. When do you decide how to move stop break even? Well, it depends on the futures. That's really up to you. We wanted to just get above since we were kind of breaking above our 200-day. Once that 200-day broke, I was looking at possibly moving that break even just to kind of keep some risk off the table. And that's what we did, and it worked out. So, I mean, I'd rather have stop losses hit for 0 all day, every day. No problem. But again, you got to let it run sometimes too. So again, if you're just going to go ahead and scalp futures, completely different story. But if you want to get at least something on the belt, then you're going to have to kind of move you're going to have to give your trades a little bit of room to run at the end of the day. So that's where we are. Just a heads up, YouTube Live Premium members, we're going to have our live trade, live session at about 3 minutes. So I'm going to cut this one short. Don't forget, guys, live trading sessions for our YouTube Premium. If you're interested, go to our website, go to our page, YouTube G.A.R Capital. We have YouTube Premium. It's $50 a month. We have 4 trading sessions once every week, every Tuesdays when I do it. We do an hour. I talk, I answer questions. It's a very small group. The reason we charge is because we want the group to be small. If it's just a morning note, it's free. We're going to get so many questions, it's going to get very diluted. So if you're interested, feel free to check it out. I'll be on in about 2 minutes. So we'll go ahead and leave it there. How do you know when a moving average is tested or broken? Really, your candles. That's it. Again, you see right here, we're moving in it. So again, here it was tested. Here we're actually in it. Completely different. But we'll go and leave it there, guys. I got to check in with my YouTube Premium guys for our live session. Let's see what we can probably get on that. We went 2-0 yesterday. So last week, we went 2 for 2. And let's see if we can get that little winning streak going for our YouTube live members. If you like these kind of videos, guys, honestly, you like these one-on-one sessions, masterclass is the way to go, because this is what's going to teach you. You do this every day with your teacher. All you're seeing is charts, answering questions, but it's one-on-one. it's a great way to really learn. I mean, it's tough to learn from just posts. It's tough to learn from just a 10-minute video per day. So again, I try to do as much as I can, but again, best bet is to go with that. We'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your day. I will catch you guys later today for the aftermarket recap. Cheers, guys.